Hey, what's going on, guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and today we're going to talk about Amazon. Amazon apparently takes half of your money when you sell a product online. So I'm going to break this down for you and give you some strategies to kind of work around that. So get comfortable, buckle up your seatbelt. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I am your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we talk about Black wealth and Black economics every single day, sometimes as much as 10 times a day under one condition. The condition is that we are Black first. Black first means we put our community at the top of our priority list. Black first means we educate our kids. Black first means we break generational curses. We don't continue them. So if you agree with that philosophy, put a B1 in the chat. B1 means you're Black first. And let's get it cracking. Let's get started. Shout out the city you're from, by the way. And also, if you'd like to get text alerts on when we go live, text the word Boyce to 31996. Text Boyce to 31996. All right. So a lot of you are small business owners. How many small business owners we got in the building? Let me know if you're a business owner and shout out the name of your business. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Amazon. Bloomberg wrote an interesting article about Amazon, and Amazon apparently, I guess because their money isn't as good as it used to be, they're starting to squeeze the hell out of their merchants and their suppliers. And this is, at least that's what Bloomberg is saying. They said here that fees the company collects from third-party sellers have risen 6 years in a row, squeezing their margins. And it says here in Bloomberg, grappling with slow sales and rising costs, Amazon Inc. is squeezing more money from the nearly 2 million small businesses that sell products on its sprawling online marketplace. For the first time, Amazon's average cut of each sale surpassed 50% in 2022, according to a study by Marketplace Pulse, which sampled seller transactions going back to 2016. The research firm calculated that the total cost of selling on Amazon by tallying the commission on each sale, fees for warehouse storage, packing, and delivery, as well as money spent to advertise on a site where hundreds of millions of products jostle for attention. Paying Amazon for logistics services and advertising is optional, but most merchants consider these necessary to do business. Sellers have been paying Amazon more per transaction for 6 years in a row, according to Marketplace Pulse, but were able to absorb the increases because the company was attracting new customers and rapidly increasing sales. That abruptly changed when pandemic lockdowns eased and people began traveling and dining out again, sucking the oxygen out of online shopping. Last year, Amazon generated the slowest sales growth in its history. So how many of you are selling products on Amazon? And I want to bring this up because Amazon is not a terrible place to sell your product, right? I have a new book called The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power, which is actually available on Amazon. And I don't get mad at you if you order it from Amazon. It makes it easy for me to ship it to you. Also, if you get it there, just please leave a review. But let me just tell you, as a person who ships products on Amazon, I can definitely tell you that squeeze is real. That squeeze is very, very real. When we sell a book on Amazon, Amazon takes about half of the money. And now the reason I don't mind that so much is because you get that extra distribution. But the reality is that it will be very difficult for most business owners to make a living and truly live off the money they might make on Amazon, right? And so I'm going to kind of talk about this a little bit. Because I think it's important for you to understand just how Amazon is kind of squeezing small businesses, pretty badly. So here's the deal. When you talk about selling a product, there are three elements to that process. The three elements are production, distribution, and monetization. Production meaning the ability to make the product. So if you have a book, you have to actually write the book or produce the book or whatever. And somebody has to print the book, right? And then you have the distribution, which is the ability to get the product in front of people or out into their hands or whatever. And then there's monetization, the ability to sell the product once it's out in the hands of people, right? So if you have Pepsi, you have to make the product, you got to ship it out to the stores, and then you got to convince the customer to buy the product once it's in the store. One thing I have seen, and I've seen this on multiple occasions, is that those who control the distribution process have the ability to choke out your trade. They can choke your business and kill your margins very quickly. One example that I saw in real life was about maybe 12 years ago. There were a lot of people who were marketing, who had blogs. They had blogs, and some of them had YouTube channels. YouTube was kind of first taken off, and there were people making a lot of money with these blogs, right? And the way they were making money on these blogs was they would write their articles every day, and then they would have advertisements from the Google Ad Network right there on the site. Well, at first the money was pretty good. You know, we had some blogs, so you might make, I don't know, let's say $25 for every 1,000 readers on your blog. So if you had a good article that had, that had maybe 10,000 readers, you'd make 250 bucks from that article. Pretty good money, right? Well, what happened was that a lot of these ads, I don't know if it was from either the Google network or something else, but there were these marketing agencies that would negotiate the deals with corporations to get those ads onto your content. So you had the publishers and then you had the advertisers. Well, the marketing agencies started getting greedy and they started taking a bigger and bigger cut of the publisher's money. So by the time the article got to the blog, the amount of money you were making, it went down from like $25 per thousand to like, 25 cents per thousand, or $1.50 per thousand, or 80 cents per thousand. And it got to the point where people couldn't live off their blogs anymore. So a lot of people started selling their blogs. So what I learned from that experience was I learned that those who control the distribution process have a lot of power, that if they decide to exercise that power, they can really choke you out. And I also learned that when you talk about distributing a product, you have to have multiple ways to get it done, or that one person or that one party that controls your distribution can kill you. It's like when Tyler Perry had his first deal with Lionsgate. Without Lionsgate putting his movies out there, they weren't going to get seen by anybody, so he'd be shooting movies for nothing, right? So Amazon, in my view, is a company that has a lot of power over small businesses. Amazon is also a company that is, for good reason, under tremendous scrutiny from the federal government right now for major antitrust violations. I believe Amazon should be scrutinized for these antitrust violations. Amazon also is a company that you really shouldn't trust if you're a small business. I'm not saying that you shouldn't list your products on Amazon, but Amazon and Facebook are two companies that I've seen that will just change the rules on you in a minute and will ruin your business. Facebook's the worst. I've seen people build multi-million dollar companies on a Facebook page and have Facebook shut down the whole page, and then they have to fire everybody. Or Facebook suddenly shadow bans the page, and now they can't reach you're instead of reaching 5,000 people every time you post something, you're now reaching like 50 people. I've seen that happen. So if you're building a business, I encourage you to be really careful. Amazon, apparently, because here's the thing: Amazon isn't squeezing its small businesses because they need money. They're not squeezing because they're financially strapped. Amazon is making insane amounts of money. I think their last quarter, they made tens of billions of dollars in profit. Amazon is squeezing its small businesses because they got to keep the stock price up. This is one of the reasons why I've always encouraged you guys to become stock owners. The biggest holding in my portfolio is Amazon stock, because as a stockholder, I know why they're going and squeezing the suppliers, because they need to make more money for us, because we get pissed off if our stock price goes down. And the number one job of company management is to take care of the shareholders. So I want you to go out and become a shareholder of some of these companies so you can make money on the back end and the front end. Don't just become a customer of the company. Own a piece of the company. Don't just buy Nike sneakers. Own Nike stock. Don't just buy Starbucks coffee. Own Starbucks stock. Don't just buy your new iPhone. Go get you some Apple stock, because these companies, their number one job, and this is how capitalism works. I can't change capitalism tomorrow. I can only explain it to you and give you the tools that you and your family will need to be successful. Capitalism is not designed to take care of the little guy. Capitalism is not designed to look out for the worker. Capitalism is not designed to look out for the customer. Capitalism is not designed to look out for the supplier or the small business. Capitalism is designed to look out for the shareholder. So I would encourage you over time, as part of your investment strategy, own shares in these companies, because they're not going to stop. Amazon, in fact, Amazon's working so hard to get rid of its workers right now. Did you know that Amazon is hiring 1,000, or not hiring, sorry, they're acquiring, they're not hiring, they're acquiring 1,000 robots a day? How many of y'all knew that? How many of y'all know that Amazon is literally buying 1,000 robots a day? You think that they want to keep people in their factories when those people are going to complain about working conditions? You think they're going to keep people around if they're complaining about not getting enough pay? Do you think they're going to keep these people around if they're complaining about unionization? I agree. I think unions should be, pursued in every company. I think unions give workers power, but a lot of these corporations, because the government's allowing them to do this, because again, your government is owned by the corporations. To be honest with you, they're basically getting rid of their workers. So you got to get ready for the future or you'll be victimized by it. So make sure you prepare your kids, tell them these things, share this video with anybody that you love so they can kind of be ready. Because when AI and robots and all this other nonsense gets here, a lot of this stuff is going to get pushed out. And if you're a small business on Amazon, I would encourage you to be really careful because I've actually read stories that basically say that Amazon is pushing aside small businesses so they can work with bigger ones because they can make more money that way. So just be careful, be thoughtful, and don't get too caught up in making your money in one way. You always want to be ready for the changes that are going to be required for the future. Okay, guys. So anyway, I'm out of here. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. Speaking of Amazon, you can actually get my book on Amazon. It's called The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power. You can also get a copy of BoyceWatkins.com if you want to buy it directly from us. We have a warehouse where we ship out right here from my hometown. And also, I'm going to be doing a Black Wealth Bootcamp tour. I'm going to a couple of cities where I'm going to do 2-day intensive deep dive trainings on generational wealth. If you'd like to join us in the Black Wealth Bootcamp tour, just go to BoyceWatkins.com, look for the Black Wealth Bootcamp tour schedule, and you can join us. And I'd love to have you. I'd love to meet you in person and work with you. So take care, guys. God bless you. Have a good day. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out, and I will see you soon. Take care now. Peace.